Brothers and sisters, I want to reflect on today with being the cross, Friday. Think of the passion of the Lord. And I want to think of the cross in terms of prayer. To pray, I think, to enter deep prayer, to let ourselves available for God to transform us in contemplation, which is that gift that He gives us, where He just infuses a loving knowledge of Himself into our heart. And when that knowledge of God comes, which is the awareness of His presence, we respond with love, and we just enjoy Him. And we enjoy the fact that He is real. We enjoy the fact that He's loving me right now. It's that keen awareness. But to dispose ourselves to that, it takes the cross. We cannot reach deep prayer in our life without commitment, without the complete resolution of our mind and heart, making a firm determination to pray. And this St. Teresa of Avila says this is generally the most important thing in the spiritual life, is to pray for the grace of a firm will, a firm determination, to just choose it relentlessly. Look at any athlete who succeeds at their sport, or anyone who might succeed in their job or whatever it is. They see a goal and they make a firm determination to reach it. And I suppose that is a grace. We have to ask the Lord, strengthen my will, strengthen my resolve, strengthen my determination. But we can do it because God wants to give it to us. So maybe just that we can open our hearts to pray for that. Say, Lord, help me persevere, help me commit to those times of prayer. And then many times when we go to pray, it's going to be a struggle. We can be heavily distracted. So many things come at us. The world comes in with us when we go to pray, and it takes a while to maybe let go of all the worries and the anxieties, and just putting it safe in God's hands, and just trying to sense His gaze upon us, trying to sense His love upon our lives. But to wade through a lot of those things is difficult. But yet, even if we might spend half an hour, however long it is in prayer, we'll always leave stronger. We will never go in the same and leave the same, even if we think so. Because even if we're distracted, there's something still happening on a deep level when we have decided to open our heart and our mind to God, for Him to act in that space of time. And so, and often my own experiences, and I've shared this with you before, is that I know how fruitful prayer is, but on the way to pray, sometimes you don't feel like going to pray. You think of a million other things you could be doing then. And that's where the devil comes, and that's where our fallen nature also can react. And it's where, you actually feel a resistance. And that's where you have to push back, just maybe for a moment, when you feel that, should I make a decision to go and pray? Just close your eyes. Just ask Our Lady. Say, Mother, help me. Or just focus. Just step back from the resistance a little bit. And then I think we find ourselves going forward a lot quicker. And so we have to wade through so many things. And that's what I mean by the cross. Because suffering is involved in getting even to the chapel, to the church, to that quiet place in your home. Suffering is involved because we have to give up those things that are useless or not necessary, and they will hurt us. And that's okay, because we cannot reach the other side. We cannot, as the scriptures say, cannot enter the kingdom of God without tribulation, without suffering, without trials that come our way, to shape us. And sometimes we might be in a season. You might be in a season like Job, being tried on every side. Everything's going wrong within the family, maybe your work, your social life, your family life, or whatever. So many things could be going wrong, and it's like Job being stripped away. And you can ask God all the questions you want. And like Job, the only answer he gets is God Himself. At the end of the book of Job, Job is just on trial, and he tries to put God on trial. And how many times we try to put God on trial by questioning God, by trying to judge God about His decisions for our life. This is the hardest thing for us in our spiritual life. And I don't say this just from an easy place, because even myself, I will have things that I pose to God. Like, what is this about? Well, why? We all have family members that we're worried about, or real deep tragedies and situations that we all deal with. But Job at the end, and there's a big lesson from this book in the Bible for all of us, is that Job's answer is God himself. He sees God. He comes to see God, and in seeing God, he sees everything, and he finally understands, because he sees that God himself is the wisdom of the world, and God operates everything according to who God is. And so we often work with a very low wisdom, an earthly point of view, and we can't see. So the same thing with prayer. We will face many tribulations to try to come to that naked place of just going to pray, even with distractions, so many things, but just saying, Lord, I'm here. You are there. And just begin there. Just present yourself to God. Put yourself in God's presence. Show him your wounds. Show him your worries. And trust in him.